In this section, we're going to talk about how to add a new load in our TMS software, which is Prophecy on Demand. So first, we got the rate confirmation right here. We already booked the load. Now it's time to add it in our system. So let's log in. Okay, now we in the load board. And when we want to see all our loads, we go to Order Browser. We can go to Order Browser here, go to the Dispatch tab, and go to Order Browser there. Or if we want to cut to the chase, we can go straight to Add New Order from here. Or we can click on Order Browser. And when it pop up, you got Add New Order here. So we're going to start there. Let me close this out so that we got the whole screen. Now, let's go to Add Order. So when you click on Add Order, the first page comes up. Now, if you remember in the rate confirmation section, everything from the rate confirmation is kind of the same way in the system. You need to take everything from this rate confirmation and put it in our system. But it kind of shows the same way. So the first thing you start with here is the customer. This is the customer section. The first thing that starts here is basically the customer. The broker is where we got the load from, which is Alliance. So in this section right here, Alliance will be the customer right here. So what we'll do is type Alliance. Everything in here needs to be capitalized so we actually can see it. Alliance. It just so happen we have Alliance Shipper inside the software already, so we click on it. Now, if you didn't have Alliance Shipper inside here, what you do to quickly add them, and you can always go back and fill in everything else, which we'll teach you in another section. But you start typing the name here, you type the address, the city, the state, the zip code, the zone, the contact, email, time zone. You type all of that out, and then it'll be something here called Add to Customer. Add the customer. Hold on one second, I can show you. Let's remove Alliance Shipper from here. See this button? If Alliance Shipper wasn't in the computer, what you do after typing all the information out is you just add customer. And then it'll go in our list of customers. Okay. So now we want Alliance Shipper. All we got to do is start typing the name and it'll pop up. So Alliance Shippers. Okay, it's already populated. So this is who this is. All the information we need to contact them. Okay, now, up here, you need to know whether this is LTL, which is less than truckload, partial, or however you want to call it. This is truckload, full truckload, rail, ocean, or air. You need to know which one of these that you're doing. So right now, we're doing a truckload, standard priority. Everything usually is on standard priority. Then you need to know your equipment type. So you go on your rate confirmation and know your equipment type. So for this load, we need a 53 reefer unit. So what we would do is go here in equipment and select 53 reefer, which is this. Now what we would do is we would go to Profit Center. Who did we book the load for? Everybody we dispatch for will be in profit centers. So now what we would do is go down this list and figure out who this load was for, dispatching for, who we booked the load for. So we go over here and see who we booked the load for, which is the carrier, Nashcombe Farm Enterprises. That's who we booked the load for. So you select Nashcombe. Now, in this tab of order status, you could select whether this is an invoice only order, a quote order. You can have invoice or a quote order and always change it over to a regular order. So right now, we're just going to put regular order. Now we got all the information in there. We click next step. The next step is pickup and delivery. So right here on the rate confirmation, we need the pickup information and the delivery information. So let's start. What you do is you click on this plus sign that says add new stop. First thing you do is now you want to put all the details in there from your pickup location. Here, we're picking up from here. Okay? So which is U.S. Cold Storage in Warsaw, North Carolina. Okay? Now, to see if this is already in the system, you click this hourglass. But just for this instruction, we're going to act like they're not even listed in there. So what we'll do is U.S. Cold Storage Warsaw. You want to look the place up, so you got accurate information. Don't just go off these rate confirmations, because these people don't be telling you everything. You want to look the place up so you can match the place up or ask questions if you don't see what you need. U.S. Cold Storage Warsaw. Okay, now here we go. On the internet, this is where it's located at. So you match that up with the information you have here. U.S. Cold Storage. Okay. U.S. Cold Storage, Warsaw, North Carolina. So you know the information matches up. If they didn't give you all the information, like they didn't give you the phone number. So when you add in your pickup location, what you would do is you will put the phone number in. Any information that they didn't give you, you look up the place, match it up, and what you do is you add the extra information, because we want to know all the information about where we're going, where we're picking up from, and where we're going. So what I usually would do is I would bring this, actually not Prophecy, I'll leave that there. I would bring this over here, and now we got the information for this place. So what we would do was just start typing. Now, if you didn't have this place in here, inside your address book, you put the company name, the address, the city, the state, zip code. You put the contact information, which is the phone number that you see right here. You put that right here. Sometimes these businesses have hours of operations up here. So what you do is you put the hours they open and hours they close. And this part is basically a note to you, so you know when they open and they close. And you got the information. Once you do this section, you can also put anything external that this facility needs for the driver to know. They might say, come through the back gate or the gate on the left. Anything you put right here on the external tab will go on the driver instructions sheet or the rate confirmation, depending how you putting this load in, whether it's for a trucking company or the broker side. Internal, this is information that just stay to us, that like if on the rate confirmation, sometimes on the rate confirmation they will have let's go here real quick. Sometimes on the rate confirmation they will have the person's phone number and a name, but it doesn't match to the phone number that's on the internet. So what we'll do is we'll just put internal, that phone number, and then put on rate confirmation, so that we know we found that number on rate confirmation. Don't mean it's the right number, but we found it on the rate confirmation, because sometimes these brokers will put their number so that you can't have their customer number. Once you do all of that, you come here, you press address book, and it goes in your address book. Make sure if they're not in our system, you add it to the address book, because this will not allow you to use that company until you add it to the address book. So now, let's clear info, because US Cold Storage is already in there. And I could close this tab right now. Okay, US Cold Storage is already in there. So we click the hourglass, and then we go to this drop-down menu right here. On this drop-down menu, you will find all the shippers and receivers that we dealt with in here. And what you do is you just go down till you find US Cold Storage. And all the information are populated that we got on this company. Remember, hit the hourglass, then the drop down menu, and then select the company, and all the companies that we dealt with is in there. You find the one you want, select it, all of that populates automatically. Now we need to schedule our times. This load is picking up January 18th. So you come here, you put January 18th, and you put 3 p.m. Now, you know, in this business, we use Army time. So you wouldn't go here and just select 3. This 3 means 3 o'clock in the morning. This means 12 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, 12 noon. Everything after 12 is all PM time. So this says 3 p.m. So 3 plus 12 is 15, which is 3 p.m. So we select 15, okay? So that means this is picking up January 18th, 2018 at 3 p.m. So we come here. Warsaw is in North Carolina. They're on East Coast time. So all we do is come here in time zone, select East Coast time, Eastern time. Then you come down here and you can select whether this needs an appointment or this appointment has already been made. In this case, on the rate confirmation, this appointment already been made. So you come here, you select appointment made. Now, once you get to that point and you did all this information, you do not come down here and click next. Every time you get in a section like this, you have to click save in that section. If you go down there and click next, right here, everything you did here would erase. So you come here, you press save. As you save it, you will see all that information is right here. So now you're ready to do your second stop, whether it's a pickup or delivery. In this case, on the rate confirmation, it's a delivery. So now you come, you press the plus sign. Now, once you press the plus sign, you're back at the same situation, whether this is a pickup or a delivery. And I want to show you something else before I go further. Let's go back and cancel this, and let's start from the first stop. Let's go to edit. Inside this first stop, this is what I want to show you. You see right here where the zip code is. Sometimes in this system, when you put a zip code in, the zip code validation function might tell you that this is the wrong zip code. Let's see. Let's see if I put 8, 9, and let's see, and go to update. See if it tells me. No, it actually went. That's how you know something's wrong, because that's not even a zip code. Update. Let's see. It's going right now. What I'm getting at is it shouldn't be doing that. All right, it shouldn't be doing that. But something to come up here that won't allow you to save that say zip code is invalid. What you do in that case, if you look this up on the internet and everything, and that's really the zip code, you come here and you disable the zip code function and then save it. It'll allow you to save. Remember that, because sometimes it's not going to allow you to save if the zip code, this system feel like the zip code wrong, and it could be right. So then let me uncheck right now to see if it happens over here. Then what you do is you press add new stop, and now you want to go to your second stop, which is my delivery on this rate confirmation. Okay, and you do the same thing. If this place isn't in here, you go on the internet, search it, look for the address, match the information up to make sure you got the correct and proper information. Since we already know this is in here, you select the hourglass. You go in here where it says select point in a drop down menu, and you scroll down. And like I said, on the rate confirmation, that's Performance Foods Group. So we go down here to the P's and look for performance. Right here, 1 IKEA Drive, and it matches up with the rate confirmation. 1 IKEA Drive. Okay, Performance Food Group, 1 IKEA Drive. Here we go. Okay, if everything populated. So now once everything populated, again, we come down here and schedule our times. This load is picking up on January 19th, 2018 at 10 a.m. So we go here, select January 19th, come here. Now you could type this in. Once you know the Army time, you don't have to go to the clock and select it. You could type it in. So I will type it in, 10 a.m. Okay? And then this appointment is set. This is Elizabeth, New Jersey on Eastern Standard Time. Select that. And again, save here. Do not go down here and click next. Save here. Save. Now our pickup and delivery is set. Now let's go put in our details. On the details tab, this is the part where you put all the piece count, the weight, and stuff of that nature. So right here, we go to add new shipment detail. Click the plus, and it'll give us the screen to add all our details. So you go back to the rate confirmation, and you figure out what details is on here. In this case, right here in this section, it says 2,383 cases. So what we do is we come up here and put 2,383, and then under packaging, you select cases. Right? You select cases. Now, in most sections, most detailed sections, when you go to packaging and you press cases, it's going to go in the description box. Inside here, you don't have to put the commodity here. You don't have to put the commodity here. I'm going to show you a different part to put the commodity. You could just put cases there. Now, let's go to weight. What was the weight on this rate confirmation? 41,000. Okay? 41,000. You click off it, it'll populate. Now, if you got all this information, you can put it. Usually, you're not going to have none of this information, so therefore, you don't put it. Reference number list. Here's where you put all your pickup numbers, PO numbers, shipper reference numbers. This is the section where you put all your information about the load. Now, remember, it's two different sections of numbers that you got to pay attention to. Let's go back to the rate confirmation. Right here is the load number. Alliance load number. You do not put Alliance load number in this tracing section. This is not about Alliance. This is the numbers that's associated with the pickups and deliveries. So right here in this section where it say pickup, this is the number that you will put in here. These is the numbers, the pickup number, delivery, PO. So let's go to edit, new tracing. Before we do that, what you do is you come up here and make sure, because if you have multiple stops, you will have to do this for every stop. So we only have one pickup, one drop. U.S. Cold Storage, Performance Foods. So now when you go to tracing, you know that these tracing numbers matches the pickup and delivery. You select the drop-down menu next to reference type, and you pick out which number you putting in. In this case, it's pickup number. That's what we got here, PU, pickup number. So go to pickup number, and you start typing the number on the rate confirmation, which is 79991. After you type it, you come in here, you save it right here. You don't save it right there yet. Every section, remember, save it first, because if you don't save it here and you save it, you go to save here, this is going to erase because you didn't save it. So save it right here. Save that tracing number. So as you see, it's in there now. Let's go put in another one because we got a delivery PO right here. So we go to the plus sign, drop down menu, look for delivery. Right here. So that's the delivery number. So you go in there and you type the delivery number, 1067076. After you type the delivery number, remember to save it here. Don't save it here. Every section you have to save it so it won't erase. Save it. Okay, now we got all our numbers that's associated with pickup and delivery. So now we can save. Remember, save it here. Don't go to next because it's going to erase everything. Save. That's save. Now we go to the rate total section. This is where we put our rate at. Once you do the details section, if you go in here, it's already here and got most of the information besides the total rate. So you go to edit. This is already populated because it was in the details. You come down here to rate. You look on the rate confirmation to see how much this load was paying. You see it was paying $1,700. Now here's where you need to pay attention. In this section of rate total, this is only for the regular rate. If they put everything in the rate, as far as any extra charges, detention, lumper fees that you pay, if they put it inside the regular rate, okay, you can leave it there. If they didn't and they separated, you only put the rate, the line haul rate. This is what the load was paying from point A to point B, and I'll show you why. $1,700 is what this was paying. Okay, then you come over here and see and type in who it was rated by. This is rated by me, so I will put John or JC, either or. So we know whoever looking up this load, the accounting department, one of the dispatchers, you know who negotiated this rate. And then you update here. You don't go to next, you update here. Remember that. So you want it to save right there. Now, in the event that you had detention, a lumper fee, or anything else, that will go in the extra charges. What you would do is go here, add new extra charge, and then you will go to extra charge type and go down the drop menu, and you got everything that you need. 1 3-day quick pay, 7-day quick pay, late fees, detention, whatever they pay. So say if they was giving up $100 in detention, you select detention, and it's a flat rate. It's not a percentage. It's not price per quantity. It's a flat rate. So say $100. You will put $100 in there and you will save it. So now when you pull this whole order up, you got your detention, you got your rate. But on this rate confirmation, we didn't have none of that. So this gets deleted and we have no extra charges. Now we go to more info. Now, when you get over here, this is the page where you can finally save. So when you get to this page, save, you can save this automatically. Once you save, you will get an order number because now it's saved. But until you do all that information, you're not going to be able to save this load. It's not going to say save order. So right now I'm going to save so nothing erase before I get a chance to put the rest of this information. Once you do it and it's done properly, it'll tell you order and the number it gave you is saved. Okay. So now what we do is, since this is a load we booked, let me cancel so you can see what I'm doing. This is a load we booked for one of our carriers. We'll go to salesperson. In this case, it was already there. We'll go to salesperson. Inside the salesperson, we're going to select who it is, which is our company. We'll put in here the percentage that we get from this particular company. That our company, the carrier pays us to book their loads. In this case, this will be 7%. Okay, we select 7%, and then we go order placed by. Now, we could use this and put our number, our information. For now, we would just put the broker we got the load from. In this case, the broker we got the load from is Ben Retchen. Later on, when we all discuss, we might change that to put our names. We did this load, so we know which one of us did it. Or I might start putting it in customer service rep. All right. Now, if it's containing any of these, you select them. So right here, it contains food or drug products. Select that. It is temperature controlled. So we select this, and then we go back to the rate confirmation and figure out what was the temperature. In this case, it's 26 degrees. So we will put 26 degrees. So now we know it's 26 degrees. Here, if you remember in the other section, here is reference number. This reference number is alliances where you got the load from. Load number up here. You want to put that number in a reference. This is the number, the load number reference. So when you go look up this number, it associates itself with this load. This is always the broker's load number. So we got 110753. Now you can put any customer comments here. You got dispatch instructions internal, something you write that they would be able to see on the confirmation or the driver instructions sheet, or you got internal, something that you just want you and your company, people in your company to see. In this case, we're going to put driver instructions. We're going to go and put, this is where you put the commodity. You see how over here say assorted foods? We will put what the commodity is. So we will go here, put commodity, assorted foods. We'll put the driver. So in this case, this was rod. We put the driver. We put rod. We put phone. And I'll just put a fake number here for this purpose. We put truck, his truck number. Make sure you get his truck number. Truck number might be 1. Then you get the trailer number. You call and ask the trailer number. But once you start doing this, you will know they load numbers. They truck number, trailer number, because this is who we dispatch for. You put that, and then after that, you're basically done with adding the load. It's not dispatch yet, but you're done adding the load. If this load is not on the day that you booked it, or if it is and you just want to send a reminder, you can always send a reminder of what date, what time you want the reminder in your email, and it'll let you know that you got a load. But in this case, all I'm going to do is update order. Once you update order, it's saved. Everything is saved and you're done. This section is how you add a load.